All right, hey there, guys. Happy New Year. Tom back here with another ChessBase video, and we're going to start off the new year and dive into this replay training, which is a new feature in ChessBase 15. So I figured I'd start doing some videos on this, on the replay training, and maybe jump into the repertoire training a little bit after that. So I'd like to start pumping out some more videos here. So let's get going. Let's dive in. So I'm going to go ahead and fire it up. Now, I wanted to go over a few things with this right off the bat, because there are some quirks to this replay training, and I don't know, things that I've noticed while playing around it that I just can't seem to sort of get a handle on, and I'll talk about those in a bit. So I'll just pick a random game here, this Petrosian Spassky. Okay, so let me just get the quirks out of the way first. So I don't know if you're watching this video, maybe you've played around with this, maybe not. But what you want to do is you usually you're going to fire it up and go over here to notation, is where it's going to start out, and you go ahead and click on replay training. Okay. Now I just started up a fresh instance of ChessBase, and everything's zeroed out here. As you can see, you have your options up here. You have play white, play black, you have hints, you have repertoire, which we'll go over in a little bit, or actually in a different video, and talk, which is just a way for the machine to talk to you. It's not, I actually haven't tried it yet, but we'll try it in this video. I don't think it's too pleasant to listen to. Alright, so a few things here. So use the radar board to play the opening. Now what is the radar board? Well, that's this guy down here. And as you will see throughout this video, while we do this replay training, while we play through these games, this radar board is used to sort of give you hints and sort of give you a small window into the immediate future of the game. So I think it goes 3 full moves into the future, which would be 6 half moves or 6 plies. Over here you have your buttons for your hints. You have manual analysis. You have assisted calculation. We'll go over all that. This is the toggle for the radar board if we want to turn it off. Okay. You can click it 3 times. You click it that. If I click it there, it's going to jump ahead 3 move. Like I said, 6 half moves. Click it again. It'll turn off. And right here to start off, guys, is a little bit of the quirks that I've noticed. So when you first fire up ChessBase and you come over here to the replay training, you'll notice that when I started it, it only had the first, I think the first moves for white and black here for the radar board. Then once I turned off the radar board and then turned it back on, then it went to 6 plies ahead. So I'll show you a quick example again. So I'll kill ChessBase. And then I'll fire it back up. And bring up this game. Okay, so it's bringing up the replay training tab by default because that's where we were. But as you can see, everything's zeroed out again. Now, see in this radar board here, you can see it's only this one move. It's showing me the first move of the game. I don't know if that's by design, sort of as a way to tell you how to get things started. But then you'll notice if I turn off the radar board or if I click it once, it's going to jump to the 6 ply, and then I turn it off, and then it never actually goes back. Oh, there it goes. See what I'm talking about? So as you can see, though, I'm just clicking on this toggle, and all right, now it seems to be settled on the 6 ply ahead and off. 6 ply ahead, off. Okay, so just be aware of that. That might be something that might confuse you a little bit when you get started. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to kill it again. I don't know if I'm going to edit out all these kills, but fire it up again. All right, so let's get started talking about this. So now that we got it, well, there's one other quirk that we'll talk about if it comes up in this video. If not, I'll try to hit it at the end. It's not a big deal. None of these are really big deals. They don't sort of interfere with the actual true purpose of the replay training, but they can be things that can confuse you. And I know with me at first, I was confused and I was wondering, what, if are these bugs or what's going on with the software. And after you play through it for a while, you'll see that it's not actually that big a deal. So in this replay training, it's basically a way for ChessBase to, they want you to have a little bit more of an interactive way to go through replaying these games. And one other thing I didn't talk about real quick is when you first install ChessBase 15, you'll notice that it installs this Best Games for Replay Training database. And when I first did the install video for ChessBase 15, I had just gotten it, and I actually wasn't aware of what this database was. Well, now that I've been going through everything and playing around with this replay training, that's what this is for. So these are games that are annotated really well. As you'll see, they have, as you can see, they have all these medals. Medals are basically ChessBase's and chess's way of sort of picking out different parts of the annotation for different, things like tactics and certain sort of chess motifs that happen in the game, and then you can sort of sort the games by what medals they contain and things like that. So it's just another way to sort the games and find the games you want, or find the different tactics and things like that. It's just one other easier way to do that. So these are all in this Best Games for Replay Training. It's just a prepared database for you. As you can see, it has 186 games, and it's prepared for you already with these sort of things picked out. These medals are added. They're all annotated, as you can see from the VCS column here. And it's nice because they sort of do that all for you. You don't have to rely on yourself to sort of build up a nice little library of games for replay training. And then over time you can just add to it. So I'm going to open up that game I had again. So that was Petrosian and Spassky. Click over on replay training here. And so as you can see, so let's go with the first move. So and real quick, you have your move, you have game move, you have engine move, and you'll see once I make a move here, all this stuff will change. He started off with knight f3, and as you can see, it plays the black move for me because right now I'm playing white. You can see here, play white. You can play black if you want. So another one of these little quirks is the amount of points you get. So I noticed as I was playing around with this, sometimes you get 5 points, sometimes you get 2 points. Now again, with these quirks, if anyone out there knows why this is happening, perhaps someone from ChessBase is actually watching this video, maybe you can just add the comments below why sometimes these are 2 points and why sometimes they're 5 points. I still can't figure it out because what I'll do is I'll kill ChessBase like I was doing. They'll start it up and it'll be 5 points. Then when I basically switch tabs, it does like a soft reset and then it'll be 2 points. So I don't know what the rhyme or reason is there. You also have to be aware that in the beginning of the game with replay training is theory. Okay, so theory, I believe the replay training treats a little bit different than when you're in the actual middle part of the game. So to continue on with the theme here, so we just play through the game as best you know how, and it's going to give you these hints, and you can use the radar board to figure out what the next moves are going to be. So for this game, I happen to know the next move here after knight f6 would be g3, and you'll see then I got 5 points for that move. So far I have all correct moves, so it's 7 out of 7, 100%. It gives your move here, which is g3. The game move was g3 as well, and then the engine move, as you can see here, would have been different. I forget what engine I'm using here. I think I'm using what am I using? All right, so I'm using Komodo. So now, so it played that move there for me, which was g6, and I'm gonna go ahead and click back and put my radar back on, and then I happen to know. So the next move I believe was c4, and there we go. So that's another 100%. It's 12 out of 12. As you can see, that was the game move. That's my move. And the engine move would have been knight b1 to c3. Okay. So continuing on here, you would play, trying to pick the moves of the game. Trying to think, what was the next move here? I believe he went bishop g2. Yeah. And then I believe he castled. Okay, and then this is where it gets a little fuzzy for me. Then I believe he went knight c3. So far I'm doing well. I'm at 27 out of 27. But I did play through this game a little bit before this video to try things out. So I'm not actually that smart. So, all right. So I'm going to go ahead and now, let's say I play a wrong move. Let's say I want to go h4, and I know that's not the next move. So it'll say you played h4. This is not so good. Of course, it takes the it took the message right off the bat out of there, and I'm not a big fan of that because I didn't have time to read it. So as you can see here, it shows you what you did wrong. H4 points. Again, guys, I don't pay much attention to the points because these points really don't count for anything. What counts is that you're learning something from the game. But just to show, it keeps the total score. Now again, the rhyme or reason with these points, it's 28 out of 29. I don't know why I was just docked 1 point there, but whatever. So continue to play through the game. So now I did h4. That was obviously wrong. I'm wondering now what would be the next move. So I don't really know. I have no idea. So why don't I look down here to the radar board so I can see this is 3 moves ahead. I'm going to go ahead and guess that his next move would have been let's try. Oh, I believe it was d4. Yeah. And then he went a6. And then I believe he pushed again. Then he went knight a5. And I believe then to protect the c4 pawn there, then he went knight d2, right? Yeah. So far so good. Again, just keeping track of the points. I'm at 32 out of 33 now because I made that one wrong move to h4, remember. Okay, so now let's say I want to get out of theory. So let me just keep playing the game a bit. So let me use some hints. So what does he say here? So I don't really know what to do next. So it tells me I should move my queen, right? Now, obviously, it's going to be a little easy. If it says move your queen, you look down here to the radar board, I'm pretty sure I know what the next move would be, and it will be this. Again, you can always turn off the radar board and just go by the hints. So now it's telling me to move a pawn. I'm not sure which pawn he moved here. I believe he went b3. Let's try that. Yep, that was right. And then he went knight g4. As you can see, I'm still doing excellent, as it says. And now I believe we're out of theory. Okay, so let's turn on the x-ray board again. And let's see where we're at. So, what's my next move? So it says to block a pawn. And let me take a look at my x-ray board here. And okay, so block a pawn. I'm not actually sure what this move would be, so I'm going to go ahead and click hint. Move your center pawn, and it gets a little more specific. So let's try e4. Okay, and then he attacks my e4 pawn, and just turn off my radar board again, and I'll just go by the hint. So move another pawn. So let's do another hint. Move your center pawn, which I just did. Now, at some point, that hint button won't work anymore. And then, but as you can see here, it's giving you sort of a visual hint. Let me see if he took here. So did he go take? Yes. So looking good here. I made a few wrong moves, so I'm at 49 out of 53. And if you noticed throughout this video, the engine moves are all different. So that makes sense because these guys don't play engine moves, especially back then. In the non-chess computer age, right? All right, so now that we're in the middle of the game here, let's go ahead and try some other things. So let's try this manual analysis. So if you click manual analysis, you'll see that it'll tell you to analyze the current position, and then you want to click this button again when you want to resume the training. So I believe the manual analysis basically just shuts off the engine and sort of lets you do what you want to do. If you try to move a piece, so I just try to go bishop to G3, bishop to F3 there, it won't do anything, it won't tell me anything. But when I click this button off, it's going to go back to the actual spot where I clicked it in the game, and then we resume training. Another button here that you can use, and this is an interesting one, is assisted calculation. So you click that button, and you'll notice now it'll tell you enter moves blindly on the board, and this is sort of supposed to mimic your mental calculation. So you'll see what you do is you make a few moves, and then you use your right mouse button, you push down on your right mouse button, and it'll show you the moves that you made. But while you're making them, it won't show you. So I'll watch this. So I'll go, let's say I do this, and then go this, and then go this. Oh no, let's have this take, and then I'll go this. As you notice, nothing showed. Now let me push down my right mouse button. Oh. Alright, so something went wrong there. Let's try this again. So turn that off. Let's try it again. So I'll try with two moves. So let's go with was it white to move here, right? So let me go push my pawn here, and then I'll go push this pawn, and then I'll go, let's go knight to E4, and as you can see there, I push down on my right mouse button, and it's showing the moves I just made blindly. Now I don't know what the usefulness of this function is. I guess it's supposed to be to train your calculation skills. I don't know that I would use it. Maybe if I use it a little more here, I'll get more comfortable with it. It's a little strange, but I'm sure once you get used to it and you play it a lot, it might actually help you out. Okay, so again, we went through this radar board button, obviously. The save button here will save the game temporarily so that you can sort of come back to it at a later time. Go back to replay training here. And once I clicked off that tab there, as you can see, everything sort of reset here. I still have my total points. But if I go ahead and just try to continue playing the game, let me get a hint. Retreat a knight. Retreat a knight from C3. So I believe he went back here. Yeah. So that's pretty much replay training in a nutshell, guys. I mean, it's a little quirky. There are a few little small issues you gotta sort of get past when you use it. I hope that this video will help out anyone out there who is a little confused by it, and how it's supposed to help you out. This only really, I would think, scratches the surface. I'm kind of new at this too, and this is a new feature in ChessBase 15, so we're all new at it, and you have to just get in there and play around with it, see what it does, and it can't really, it can only help you. I mean, you do this enough with these old master games, and you're going to improve your chess, guys. I mean, this is just the way it works. And this is just slightly more interactive than if you were to play through the game without this, and you just sort of play through the game mentally. So I think that's all I have for this replay training video. If you guys have questions about it, please put them in the comments below, and I will make a follow-up video, because I know there are probably things here I didn't touch on. And let me, you know what? Let me open up one more game and do a different game, and let's just do it real quick. So close this out. I don't want to save it. Let me pick. Let's go with Anand. I want to pick a shorter game. That's good. 25 moves. Anand Kasparov. Alright, so go over to replay training here. And now I've never played this before, this game. So, oh, okay. And it automatically picked me to play as black, so that's cool. So started with Sicilian, he went C4, C5, I mean. Looking at the replay board. I don't really play the Sicilian, at least yet. Let's try F6. Nope, that's the wrong move. So as you can see, it sort of shows me I made the wrong move and then it did the right move automatically. But here's another quirk, guys. I mean, you notice I made the wrong move there. Now, this might be because we're still in the opening. But as you notice, I still have 9 out of 9 points, and I quite obviously there made an error. So that's something we all have to look into and see if perhaps it's a bug or maybe I'm doing something wrong. Who knows? Okay, guys, so again, there's your replay training nutshell. Please leave questions in the comments if you have questions. I really want to be a little more interactive and answer questions. I know you guys might have them out there, so ask whatever you want. Comment whatever you want, and please like the video if you got any value from it. And I really appreciate you guys watching. I think the next video I'm going to go ahead and get started with the offshoot of this, which will be the repertoire training, and then we're going to go from there. I'd like to start pumping out a lot more videos. I took a little break over the holidays, so guys, really, I appreciate you watching. Thanks so much, and I'll see you in the next one.